Aloha, Kikaha. This is how to hold the sticks. There are 3 foundations of music. When we play with our arms, we lift our arms all the way up and come down with force upon the drum. The other pillar are our wrists, where we keep our palms flat down to the ground, like putting down our sticks and putting our hands right over them, making a small circle and putting the sticks in those, and making sure that there's a little bit coming out the bottom. The whole concept for this is to move our hand straight up and down and see if we can get a series of different bounces. In fact, the more bounces we get, the better. That means that our fulcrum's not too far this way, which gives us no bounce, or this way, which doesn't allow it to fall and falls out the back. There's a perfect balance. On Vic Firth sticks, put your thumb near the flag and make your circle. On your new sticks that I gave you, put it near the dot. This is our second foundation, the wrists. They go up, they go down. The third foundation, we turn them inside and use our thumb over the top for fingers. I'm going to show you what they all look like on the drum set in just a moment. But to practice all of our foundations, we do this. We don't hit the side of the shoulder of the stick. We don't play flat with the stick. We play with the tip, not going into it, but at a nice angle. Bringing it down here. I'll show you that concept from the side. Holding our hand, coming down, getting a bunch of bounces. Up, down, up, down. I'm opening up my fingers to show you what it looks like from the inside. One of the techniques that we work on in the beginning is being able to get a good amounts of bounces. If you feel like one bounce is too fast, then you try moving the stick just a little bit forward. Oh, perfect. There is a little bit of pinching that's going on, but closing your fingers is the best way to start in the beginning, then wrapping your fingers around and feeling the vibration of the stick when we get those bounces. If you put too many fingers there, it limits. If you don't put enough, it bounces. We try and work these back and forth so we can start feeling these bounces. The bounces, when you give it some oomph, like the wrist, this is called a rebound. You hit down straight, smack, and then the stick itself bounces up while the hand remains straight. Watch it from afar. This allows us to get single notes and double notes. The first thing we're going to work on next week is hearing quarter, 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 quarter. Eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, eighth note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Those exercises are what you and I are going to work on for the next couple sessions. And the reason why it's important to know this is because there are 4 beats in every measure. When we go over to the sets, what we're going to want to do is play all of these kind of together. On the first beat, we're going to want to play our bass drum, meaning we're going to have the lowest note on the drum set, the bass. After that, the lowest note is the floor tom, then the mid tom, then the high tom. When we play all of those in a row, practicing. If we can't go that fast, then we go slow. It is better to go slow in the beginning and count so we can feel the rebound, the stick popping off, on each one of our units. The beat that we worked on today represents being able to play on the 1 with your bass foot. Boom, 2, 3, 4, up, down, 2, 3, 4, 1. The reason why I'm able to make my foot hit it on the 1 is because 1, I'm counting. And I'm not only just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting those eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when I say 4 and, I lift my foot. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, up, down. This gives us perfect timing to play the 1 with our bass foot. The next thing we're going to do is play the snare with our inside hand. It's going to be on the 3 because the bass is on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, then snare, and bass, and snare. The same way that we lifted our foot on the and a 4 to come down on the 1, 1 and 2 and 3. We're going to lift our foot, we're going to lift our hand on the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is what you should practice on your kit or just sitting at your table. This allows us to hear the back and forth motion of 2 whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Played together in a function, they fill a measure. A measure has 4 beats. 2 of those beats are the bass. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Another way to count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, where the bottom is playing a whole note, and then we start on the 3rd beat and play another whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You are having 2 things happening at once. This is called being ambidextrous. Now what you're going to do is you're going to play quarter notes on the hi-hat over the whole thing. You're going to have an open hi-hat, so it's going to sound like it rings. Right? So here we go. We're just going to keep quarters over the top because there are 4 beats in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready with the quarter notes, playing with the wrist. Here it goes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we can't put it all together by layering the bass, then the snare, then the hi-hat, try it a different way. Try just playing the hi-hat. And count for the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass. Bass. When you get the bass drum and the hi-hat going, try and adding the snare on the 3. Bass. Snare. Bass. Snare. If that's hard, maybe try doing together, alone, together, alone, together, alone, together, alone, together, alone, together, alone. When we play, we don't play. That's not tempo. That's just notes in some sort of rhythm. What we try to do is play it in tempo. And speed it up ever so slightly to see if you can do the same beat at different rhythms. And then see where you fall apart. And that's where you need to practice. Practicing is the art of going slow and speeding it up. When you're able to do something slow and count it, you are also able to do it fast and have lots of fun. Our whole goal is to get ourselves to be able to play this, which is called the basic beat. 1, 2, crash and bass. We are simply adding a crash on our first beat rather than a hi-hat. The next thing is adding a fill. Fills are when you use the other pieces. There are other rhythms. But learning that first basic groove is definitely where it's at. I really enjoyed meeting you today. Practice those rhythms, and next week we're going to talk about notes and notation. Aloha!